Drowned Lake. My name is Sam Blackberry, and I run a YouTube channel called Beyond the Fog. Over 200,000 subscribers, dozens of videos, all about the same thing. Strange, forgotten places where people go missing, where legends whisper, and where locals swear something ain't right. And you know what? Most of the time, it's all crap. That old farm with the ghost sighting, just headlights reflecting off broken glass. The abandoned hospital with voices in the dark, old pipes. But not this time. I got a message about Drowned Lake from a guy in Michigan, Daryl, a local hunter. He claimed that every summer, people vanish there without a trace. Not went hiking and got lost kind of vanish. I mean vanish. Boats found empty, campfires still warm, clothes folded neatly, but no people. Cops blame wild animals, but even the dogs won't bark in that direction. And the weirdest part? They never find bodies. Not one. Naturally, I booked a ticket for the next week. Getting there was a nightmare. The road was busted up, the GPS was drunk, and cell service dropped off about 25 miles out. But I'm used to that. By the time I reached the lake, it was around 8 p.m. The place was weirdly quiet, like someone hit the mute button on the world. No birds, no mosquitoes, no frogs, even the wind held its breath. I set up my tent right on the shore, positioned the camera, flipped on the lights, brewed some coffee, and went live. "Welcome, my shadow chasers," I said with my signature smirk. "Tonight's spot might be the most remote, the most forgotten, and maybe even the most dangerous place I've ever filmed. Drowned Lake. You should hear this silence. Not just quiet, it's like the world got unplugged. Even the mosquitoes are avoiding this place." Chat exploded. Ghost Daddy 42. "You sure you're not in some LA studio, bro?" Maddie Ender Skrill. "Is that a mask in the bushes behind you? Easter egg?" Burn me twice. "God, I hope something grabs you by the balls tonight. Would make great content." Classic. My people. I laughed, sipped my coffee, and started telling the legend. About missing fishermen, students, campers, tents found, people not. It was like something drank them out of reality. Cops say bears, but tell me, what kind of bear leaves no tracks and hides the bodies so well not even a bloodhound can sniff them out? What, does it drive around in a van offering candy? Azrael 88. Not funny. My aunt disappeared there in '97. They found her tent, never her. Big Red Death. Sure, more actors and makeup like last time. Lil Pizza. "You won't make it out, ha ha ha." Mew Mew Sunshine. "Sam, you're an idiot, but you're our idiot. If you die, I swear I'll cry." Then I froze. Right in the center of the lake, I saw a figure, waist deep in water, still, facing me. At first, I thought it was a log, but then my eyes adjusted. It was a person, or what used to be a person. The camera didn't pick them up, only my eyes did. "Someone's in the lake," I muttered, staring at the screen. Guys, this isn't staged. I'm serious, they're just standing there." Sasha Boom. "Yeah, right, Slender Man's gonna jump out next and yell boo." Corey D. "Dude, zoom in.
Who is that? 9mm Jesus. Don't approach. For the love of God, don't go near them. While I blinked, a second one appeared, off to the left. Then a third. Within minutes, there were dozens.
They didn't rise from the water. They just were there. No splashes, no sound, all of them staring, not one moving. Then, a gust of wind. The fire trembled. They took a step, then another, all at once. I cursed, stoked the fire, tossed in dry sticks. Flames roared back, and they stopped. And then, I heard it. A crack from the woods. There were more, between the trees, silent, same as the ones in the water, soaked, blackened, rotting corpses. They didn't approach. They waited. I stepped toward the woods to grab more wood, and they stepped too. I flinched. They stopped. That's when I got it. I can't leave the firelight, not 1 foot out. They were herding me like wolves, patient. And of course, I'd gathered barely any wood. Panic hit the chat. Mew Mew Sunshine. Sam, please, just leave, now. I lick fire. Don't let the fire die. Do not let it go out. Blood Sermon. Burn everything. You hear me? Everything. First thing I burned was my sleeping bag. The nylon flared up instantly. Bright flames licked the sky, and the dead, the ones circling me, took a step back. The ones closest were clear now. Their skin, swollen from water, hung in flaps. Sparse hair, like wet moss, dangled over their sunken faces. Eyes, if you could call them that, were pale, washed out, dead fish gray. Burn me twice. Is this CGI? Tell me this is CGI. Corey D. Sam, this isn't a joke. Get out. Blood Sermon. They hear through the screen. Turn off the stream. I was shaking as I threw my backpack into the flames, then my jacket, my boots. I stood barefoot on dead earth, and all that kept me from the monsters was the burning trash of my life. They were just 10 steps away, and with every flicker of dying fire, they got closer. When I looked back toward the woods, my heart dropped. There were hundreds now. Azrael, 88. Sam, you're in a cage of light. Don't leave. Don't blink. Sasha, boom. Burn it all, bro. Even the camera. I looked at the camera. My last link to the world. Screw it, I rasped. I picked it up, felt the plastic melting in my hands, and threw it into the fire. It hissed, popped, melted into sparks. The flames surged again, and the shadows froze. Out in the dark, I could hear them. Water dripping from bodies, the wheeze of breath from holes where mouths used to be. I pressed myself closer to the light, like it was a lifeline, and waited. Time didn't move. Dawn felt like a myth, like I'd burn or go insane before the sky ever turned. Lil Pizza. Sam, you still there? Corey D. He's dead. He's just sitting there. The chat's still going. Mew Mew Sunshine. I'm praying you make it. I mean it. And then the fire started to dim again. But this time, I saw something. Out on the horizon, where the forest met the sky, it was getting lighter. Not much, not fast, but real. Dawn. And then, all at once, they turned. The ones in the woods slowly vanished into the trees. The drowned began walking back into the lake. No screams, no splashes, they just melted away. The last one, an old man with a sunken face and arms like a broken doll, stared at me a little longer than the rest. Then he left. I sat there another hour, naked, shivering, covered in ash and dust, until the sun rose fully. Only then did I force myself to stumble back to my car. Later, I made it back to town, bought a new phone, started a new stream. "My name is Sam Blackberry," I said, staring into the lens. "And I'm still here. I know now. This world is so much bigger and stranger than I ever imagined. That night, that lake, it almost broke me. But what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? So buckle up, shadow chasers."
Because I'm going back.